Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on this channel. Today's video is going to be my birthday book haul. All of the books that I got for my birthday either gifted to me or books that I bought with book gift vouchers and that sort of thing. I basically accumulate all of my books at Christmas and on my birthday, and then I buy the odd one throughout the year, but I pretty much get the bulk of my books at Christmas and my birthday. And that's because my family and friends know me very, very well. Books are a huge part of my personality, and most people know that I will either enjoy the gift of a book or a book voucher. And so I normally get quite a few of those for Christmas and my birthday, and this year was no different. And so I wanted to share with you the books that I received and also the ones that I bought with vouchers and that sort of thing. So without further ado, go and grab yourself a comforting warm drink, get cozy, and let's talk about the books that I got for my birthday this year. So the first two books that I'm going to talk about are books that were bought for me for my birthday. The first of these is Spring by Ali Smith. So I've read Autumn and Winter, both quite a long time ago, and I picked up Summer in this hardback edition for £1 in a charity shop a little while ago, and I've sort of just been waiting on Spring. I think I was maybe hoping I would just stumble upon it in a charity shop as well, but I just never got around to buying it. And I couldn't read Summer because I didn't have Spring. So I was given a copy of Spring for my birthday, which is very exciting. These books look so pretty all together on my shelf. I love them. And it means that I can actually continue on in this quartet of books. As I said, it's been a while since I read Autumn and Winter. And I think from memory, all of the books are completely different, but they have a few little interweaving links, but I think you can pretty much read them in whatever order. So I don't think I'm going to reread those books just to read this one. But yeah, I'm excited. I really enjoyed them before, and I think pretty much this whole series uses a season and a political time in our contemporary history to make some kind of cultural commentary. So the first one was very much about Brexit in autumn, and using the idea of autumn as a season, sort of things dying and things changing and things falling away as a way to describe Brexit. Winter, I can't remember which one that was about, but Spring, I believe, is about lockdown and COVID. So I'm very intrigued to read this one and how Spring will link to that. I think it's also supposed to be a bit of a retelling of one of Shakespeare's plays. So yeah, I think it will be very enjoyable, and I'm really excited to finally read on in this series. And then the second book that I was bought was Frenchman's Creek by Daphne du Maurier. I actually borrowed this book when I have read it before, and it was also in this edition, and I just love this edition so much that now that I'm giving that other copy back, I wanted to have a copy for myself, because I think this is a book that I'm going to reread definitely in the future and maybe sometime soon. And I'm also slowly sort of collecting Daphne du Maurier's books on my shelves at the moment. A good part of living in Cornwall is that you can usually find Daphne du Maurier books wherever you go, which I will further prove in a moment. But yes, so I was given a copy of Daphne du Maurier's Frenchman's Creek in this lovely hardback edition so that I have my own copy. This is Daphne du Maurier's romance novel about pirates and adventure and that sort of thing. It's such an enjoyable read, and it got me through a bit of a sad time in my life in the last couple of years, so I think this is going to be a comfort read for years to come. Following on with the Daphne du Maurier trend, as I said, it's pretty easy whichever bookshop you go in, particularly secondhand bookshops and charity shops in Cornwall. You're probably going to find a copy of a Daphne du Maurier book in pretty much any bookshop, because Daphne du Maurier lived and wrote in Cornwall. I think a lot of people just read her books here, and so I ended up on my birthday going into a particular secondhand bookshop that I really love in Mevagissey called Hurley Books. I absolutely love going in there. They always have such a good selection of classics in there. And I found this edition of The House on the Strand, which is one that I haven't read yet by Daphne du Maurier. And just look at this cover. It is so beautiful. I wish book art was like this now. Like, this is literally a painting that has been put on the cover of this book. Somebody has literally painted it, and I love looking in old copies of books to see how much they cost. Like now, if a book was published like this, it would be about £15. In the 70s, this was £1.50. I think this is a bit more of a sci-fi kind of book about a drug that is tested, and the person taking the drug and testing the drug ends up going back in time in Cornwall. It's set in Tyradreth, which I can never say the name of. Tyradreth. And he ends up going back in time to the Cornish countryside and wondering whether this is just a drug trip or if something more is going on. Is he actually traveling back in time? So it's a bit of a sci-fi mystery novel. And yeah, I'm really excited. I love every book that I've read by Daphne du Maurier so far, so I'm sure this will be no exception. The next books are all books that I bought with book vouchers and money from my birthday. I'm actually waiting for 2 books to still arrive. If they arrive before this video goes up on my channel, I'll insert some clips of them here. But for now, I'll just put the image of the book that I have ordered and will hopefully arrive soon. Like, I've been waiting 2 weeks for these books that said they were going to take 7 days, and they're still not here. So they're probably going to arrive as soon as I upload this video. So as predicted, I am sat editing my book haul video and the books have arrived, of course. So let's do a little unboxing on this part of the video. This is so pretty. The reason I ordered these 2 books from Book Depository is because they're editions of books that you can't get in the UK, so I had to get them off Book Depository in order to get the editions that I want. So I think that's why it's taken a while. I think they're being shipped from overseas. The first one is House of Many Ways. This is the 3rd and final book in the Howl's Moving Castle trilogy by Diana Wynne Jones. They're kind of companion novels, so they don't specifically follow through in the series, but they roughly follow in the same story, and you have to read them in a certain order. I absolutely adored Howl's Moving Castle, loved sequel, which is Castle in the Air, so I'm sure I will enjoy the 3rd book. And then the other book I ordered from Book Depository was The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery, who is the author of Anne of Green Gables, which I absolutely adore. And Blue Castle is her adult book. I don't think she has that many adult books, but this is one of them. But I've heard really good things about it, and I think it's supposed to be very moving. I love L.M. Montgomery's writing and descriptions, and if it's anything like Anne of Green Gables, I am sure I'm going to absolutely love it. So I'm really intrigued to read one of her adult books. The next books that I ordered, I do actually have here with me, and the first one is a book I'm so excited to read. I think this is going to be my next read. And that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. This is not, in fact, an encyclopedia, it is a novel. We follow Emily Wilde, who is a scholar, a researcher, who is trying to write the world's first encyclopedia of fairies and fairy lore. And we follow her as she goes off to search for fairies to be able to log them in her encyclopedia. This book is also told in diary form, which I haven't read a book in diary form for a long time, so I think this is going to be really fun. I believe there is a romance and it's just a cozy story about fairies. and romance, and I'm very excited. I also think this will be perfect for springtime as well, given the beautiful cover. And then the final 2 books that I ordered were The Queen's Rising and The Queen's Resistance, both by Rebecca Ross. Rebecca Ross wrote A River Enchanted and Dreams Lie Beneath, which were both 5-star fantasy reads for me in the last year. So I've been really enjoying Rebecca Ross's writing, and I believe The Queen's Rising was her debut fantasy novel, and I'm really excited to read it. It sounds so good. I feel like a fantasy book's going to be good when you've got family trees and a cast of characters and maps. In this world, it seems like certain people are born with a particular passion. These passions are seen as a kind of gift to society, and the 5 passions are art, music, dramatics, wit, and knowledge. And some people are born with these particular talents, and our main character, Brianna, discovers that her particular gift and passion is knowledge, and I think she ends up becoming involved in some kind of rebellion against a king or a queen, and it sounds like there's going to be a good fantasy story, so I'm really excited to read those 2. So those are all of the books that I got either given or bought for my birthday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little mini book haul. Let me know if you've read any of these books yourself. Let me know if you would recommend any of them as a good place to start. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Thank you.